Philip, thanks for speaking to us this afternoon. I understand you've been speaking to people who are actually on the ground in Madley. What have they been telling you at this stage?
Yes, they have been part of the protests there in Mandalay, which is today has turned into the bloodiest day since the coup on February the 1st. These protests were a sort of a cat and mouse affair during the day. What had happened was that the military had gone to a shipyard this morning where workers were striking across Myanmar. Government workers are striking. The soldiers had apparently wanted to send a ship upriver, up the Irrawaddy River, with supplies to another military base, and these sailors refused, and so demonstrators then turned out to sort of protect them, and this standoff developed. It got increasingly tense. The two sides were exchanging catapult fire. And then, and for reasons we don't know, the military decided to disperse the crowds with real fire. They fired rubber bullets first, and then live bullets. Demonstrators have shown the evidence of that, and there were several injuries and at least 2 deaths. And so this has really sort of sparked the sense of fury and outrage there. And it does come on the day when memorials were held, as you mentioned earlier, for the woman who died yesterday, who was the first casualty. So really, there are great fears now that we're heading towards another bloodbath, which has characterized previous uprisings in Myanmar.
I mean, Philip, these protests, it has to be said, gaining momentum by the day. We know that several ethnic groups have announced their backing of the opposition movement. Who's been involved? What more can you tell us at this stage?
Yeah, now this is very significant. A number of ethnic factions which had fought long-running insurgencies against the central government in Yangon, but who had signed a ceasefire in 2015. These are ethnic factions from the Karen people, the Shan people, the Mon people. They have today announced that, not that they're pulling out the ceasefire, but they've today announced they are ceasing any dialogue with the military, they're cutting off connections with the government, and that they are backing the protest movement. This civil disobedience movement strikes across the country, an attempt by the opposition to paralyze the government from inside. It's civil servants, it's transportation workers, it's bank workers. And so now to have ethnic groups joining this and sort of basically saying in the areas of the country where they have sway, they too will back these opposition protests, really means that the armed forces, the junta, who thought that when they staged this coup on February the 1st, they could sweep into power and easily crush the opposition, now have an incredible battle on their hands to actually control the country.
All right, Philip.